Good morning, everyone. So we're continuing today with the second mission in the fourth chapter of Pirkei Avot and the teaching of Ben Azai, who has taught that one should run to do a small mitzvah in the same way that you would to a major, and you should flee from doing an avera, from a transgression. Well, the Mishnah traditionally is written without punctuation, and that therefore opens these words to a different interpretation. So you could read it possibly like this. Hevei ratz mitzvah kala, run to an easy mitzvah, or borech min avera shemitzvah goreret, and flee from the avera that the mitzvah has caused. That all of a sudden puts this into an entirely new context. Because the problem is that mitzvot and averot, good deeds and negative outcomes, are not always neatly separated into hermetically sealed compartments. And life gets a little bit messy. Sometimes you are starting to do something with the very best intentions. But as you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And sometimes it's not only just paved, but sometimes it's carpeted as well, with a nice soft carpet that leads you down it. And you started by thinking that you're going to be doing something which is very good for someone. And in the end, it turns out you've made a bigger mess than you could ever have anticipated. Because of the law of unintended consequences, because there are other factors which didn't take place, and the favor that you did turns out not to be a favor at all. So sometimes you have a mitzvah, and you have to be careful of the avera that mitzvah itself has caused. And that means, therefore, that one always needs to think very carefully, even before doing something good for a person, just to think through what are the parameters over here, what are the potential consequences, what are the potential downsides that might flow from this, particularly when you're dealing with difficult situations in terms of marriages which are breaking up, whatever, and you want to be kind to the one party, whatever, and you land up actually becoming an enemy to the other party, or whatever it is. There are so many circumstances in life where the outcomes just don't seem to be exactly the way you intended to. Certainly start with the best of intentions, but best of intentions by themselves are just not always enough. A mitzvah that comes about through an avera, or is of no value, as the Talmud very clearly tells us, but on the other hand, an avera which comes about as a result of a mitzvah is also problematic, and that is one of the ways in which you can twist and reinterpret this mission over here in a very insightful way. Rabbi Hanania ben Akash Omer, Ratza Kodesh Baruch Hu Zach Yisrael, Lefichach, Yirba Lehem to Mitzvos, Shneimar, Avnei Chafetz L'man Tzidkoi, Yag Yoter B'Yadir.